Okay, so, I think this is gonna be a thing, if I can. I'm not really good at keeping up with anything. I'm shirted, I'm clothed today, but it is, laundry day, so I'm not wearing a binder. I mean, I wasn't in the last one either, but anyways, besides the point. I think I'm going to call this little series or whatever that I'm doing, bathroom camping, or like something along the lines of like bathroom campers or something like that. Um, Bathroom camping is like a term that I picked up from TikTok. And basically, I spend a lot of time in my bathroom. I don't know why. I have a whole bedroom and a living room and a kitchen, and a roommate. And for some reason, I just chill in the bathroom a lot. Sometimes I'll bring my dog in. We'll just sit in here for an hour or two. I don't know. I sit in my bathroom and watch TikToks and waste time on my phone. So I figured if I'm going to be sitting in my bathroom, I might as well do something a little bit more valuable than just mindlessly scrolling stuff. So that's why I started doing this. So there's some things that I'm doing right now that I technically can't show on film, I don't think, on YouTube. I live in Texas, so maybe not. May not even be able to show it on camera or even talk about this, or else I might get in trouble. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna call it Bathroom Camping Chronicles or some shit like that, because I spend a lot of time in my bathroom, weird enough, just sitting here. I have a stool. So yeah, to get back into it, I just want to like unpack a little bit about this weekend. I don't know if I even mentioned it in my last video, and I'm not trying to air out my family's business and stuff out there, but my mom is going through a pretty nasty divorce right now, and it's really shitty to experience it as a 23-year-old. It was actually her birthday yesterday. She turned 40. So yeah, I'll do the math for you because I already know it. She was 16 when I was born. She's only 16 years older than me, and that's cool, that's fine. Having a young mom was cool and all, but it's like so weird to, I'm not going through a divorce, right? But like I've gone through similar breakups where it's like everything was fine and then suddenly like a light switch flipped and the entire relationship was a lie. You're being lied to the whole time, cheating going on, you didn't have any fucking idea because you genuinely thought everything was okay and that there would be no reason for this to be happening. It's insane to go through that at 19, 20, 21. I haven't been dating since I was 21, so I've kind of not really been doing any of that drama. But to be 19, 20, 21 and going through the exact same things that my 40-year-old mom is going through right now, that makes me scared. Because, like, what does that even mean for the rest of our lives? What does that mean for the rest of my life? And it's really sad to see somebody, I don't want to say reduced, because this divorce has definitely not reduced anything when it comes to my mom. If anything, it's made her stronger, brought a lot of friendships back in, and a lot of people are really showing up and pulling through for her because this whole situation's fucked. And my stepdad is kind of being a selfish asshole right now, a piece of shit, a real grade A piece of shit. And I hate that because that's my dad. And, he raised me. He shaped me into the man that I am today. And I like who I am. I like how I treat people. I'm proud of the fact that I can genuinely sit here and say that I try to be the nicest that I can be every day of my life to every person that I come across. I have never moved with intent to hurt someone, especially like on purpose. I know that I've hurt people before, and I will always be a bad guy in someone's story, I'm sure. But that's not, I've never purposefully done something knowing that it would bring someone else pain later on. So, with that being said, I learned a lot of that from my dad. I also learned a lot of things that I didn't want to be and didn't want to do from my dad. And it's insane because all of the good qualities that I keep in myself, I got from him. And the way how he loved my mom is the way how I wanted to show my love to other people, because I thought that it was so great that a man like my stepdad, like my dad, could express this much about another woman, because it's not really typical in today's society right now with all this crap going on. God forbid you love your wife. So with all that being said, for 19 years, it looked like my parents were madly in love. My stepdad would tell my mom how much he loved her all the time. They would check in with each other. I don't understand. I mean, I wasn't married to him. I don't have, we don't share a brain. I will never understand the mindset of what's going on. But it's just so surprising and disappointing. I'm sorry, my hair's being stupid. I'm trying to grow it out, and it's just in a weird stage. But anyways, it's just stupid. And again, like, really disheartening and really sad. Because I idolized their relationship. I wanted to have a love like theirs. And apparently, which I'll get into this in a minute because I don't think this is true, but apparently the entire time my dad was just playing the part. And that's crazy. Because for 20 years, you're going to subject yourself to playing the part of a husband and a father. Like, the dude was 19 years old whenever he stepped up and became my father, like became my dad. And he was a damn good dad too. He was there for everything. He was my coach for basketball, for t-ball, for kickball, like soccer, all the sports that I played. If he wasn't coaching, he was at every practice, at every game, everything. I played basketball for nearly a decade, and I didn't even like playing the sport. But you know why I played basketball? Because my biological father, that was his sport. That was his love. He had a love for basketball, and he played that varsity, high school, and I wanted to see more of him. So I played basketball hoping that he'd show up to my games, and he maybe showed up to like 5. And again, I'm not trying to trash on my biological father either, but he just wasn't really here for me growing up. And I would go to his house in the summers and take care of his kids and my cousins. And they would come to my house and they would destroy my house, eat all of our food, break all of my toys, steal all of my shit. And then me and sometimes my brother would get punished for not cleaning during the day. Whenever, mind you, we were children, and I wanted to be a child, but I couldn't because I was responsible for like 9 other people for like 6 summers straight. So I didn't necessarily enjoy going to my dad's house a whole lot. I didn't really want to go to his house on the weekends. He would always put words in my head, and I would come home and start fighting with my mom and my stepdad. And it was just that kind of thing growing up for me. I was always fighting. I was always angry. And I was also, I'm transgender. I'm pretty sure I brought that up or whatever. Yeah, no, I definitely talked about that. I don't know why. I forget sometimes. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, so growing up transgender, I was always fucking confused and angry about why I felt confused. Because I didn't even know why I was mad. And I was mad because I was stuck in the wrong body, and I had the wrong brain, and I didn't understand what was going on around me. And I was so confused growing up, not because transgender people are confused. Whenever you don't know what a trans person is, you don't have a gauge to like understand the feelings that you're feeling, it's so hard to identify that, and it's so hard to communicate those things. So, and I was 9, I was a child, and all these things were going on all the time, and I had other things going on behind closed doors that would happen at his house that it just made it miserable for me to go, and traumatic. And I still don't like going to his house, even now as a 23-year-old, because they misgender me all the time. They can't call me their son. it fucks with my head. So I don't really go visit him too often or talk to him much anymore. But with that being said, going back to my stepdad has been the only one to call me his son, like the only father of mine. I mean, obviously my mom calls me her son too, but like it's just them. My dad, my stepmom do not do that for me, and it's really tough. That's why I don't go visit them often, and I tell them every time, and I remind them every time, and I show up looking like this, sounding like this. They'll introduce me as their daughter, and then the people that are talking to me literally will just ignore that and start calling me mijo or using he, him pronouns on me because I don't look and sound like a girl. Anyways, God, that's besides the point. Yeah, losing my dad sucks and it's scary. But it also sucks even more watching my mom be so heartbroken and upset about it all. And that makes me worried for my future because are we ever really happy? Are you lying to me? I already think I have something called betrayal trauma, which is just whenever you get lied to 10 too many times by the person that is supposed to be not that for you, you know? So that's why I haven't been in relationships. And now watching my mom go through all of this and possibly having to sell her house, and my twin sisters who are 10 years old right now having to go back and forth to his apartment and then back to my mom's house every week. It's tough. And I had a different experience growing up because my dad lived out of town. Sometimes he wouldn't even come pick me up. Sometimes my grandma would come pick me up. But yeah, at least their dad lives in the town. Mine lived an hour away, and that was my weekend. Those are my weekends for a decade at least or more growing up. Well, I mean, my dad actually wasn't in Texas for the first couple years of my life. He was in the military, and then I guess just kept kicking around in California before he came back or something. I don't know, but I was like probably like 7 or 8 by the time he started. Like, I think he moved back or something. I honestly don't even know. I don't really remember because, again, a bunch of bad shit was going on to me whenever I go to his house. Don't want to talk about it. Maybe another time, another day. But I kind of, like, blocked a lot of that part out, I guess. And I don't have the time or the energy to unpack it right now. So I'll do that later. But anyways, and I've already unpacked a lot of it. Like, I know what happened. I know what went on. But it's just like, you know... Anyways, yeah, so it really sucks watching all this happen, and I'm old, like that's it. I'm 23. I'm old enough to read between the lines. Sometimes I wish that I was still 10 years old and having this happen to me now and having regular aged parents, because it threw me off yesterday. We went to go have like a little day with my mom, me, my 2 sisters, and my mom. And we were eating lunch, and they were like, yeah, Mom, you're old. You're 40. You're old. Like, that's ancient. And I was like, yo, I have the opposite reaction whenever I tell people that my mom is 40. They're like, whoa, your mom is 40? You're 23 and your mom's 40? Like, my mom's 65. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, I don't know. Young mom, cool. Like, you know, that would just be like my response. Like, yeah, had a young mom, cool. But I tend to forget that my mom waited until she was ready again to have more kids. And honestly, she was trying to have kids for 4 or 5 years before she had to do in vitro because they just couldn't get pregnant. So even then, they were more than planned. Like, I say we, but she and my dad wanted those children. Like, obviously, like, very much planned. Very expensive. Because, yeah, they were like, why is JoJo 13 years older than us? And she was like, well, you know, like, I was young and I made a mistake. Like, not like that, you know, like, I was young and you do things sometimes and the consequences are right here. And like, again, obviously, yes, I was a mistake. Like, right, like I wasn't supposed to be conceived. She was 15 years old having sex for the first time, like, ever. And then, hi, here I am 9 months later. Like, you know, and she very well, I mean, okay, besides the fact that I wouldn't even be here to be mad about it, I don't think anybody would have been mad if she would have, like, aborted me. Like, there's really no, like, girl, she had a lot going for her. Not saying that she's not, like, she's very successful, like, excelled in everything, graduated number 5 in her class, still continued to be, like, varsity sport this and drum major that. Like, she still was a perfectly normally functioning, if anything above average high schooler. She just had a kid. And then same thing in college. She excelled in college. She got her degree, got her master's degree, got a doctorate degree, like, did everything. She's an assistant dean for the community college in my town. Like, my mom's awesome. She's a kick-ass, badass lady. But, you know, she was young and just did something stupid, and here I am. And so, you know, I know that I wasn't, like, she's very, like, we have talked about this a lot before. There's very grateful that I'm here type thing. Like, she wouldn't have wanted it any other way. But, you know, I wasn't supposed to happen. Like, you know, nobody really wants to get pregnant at 15. That's not really something that 15-year-olds should be thinking about. And if you want to get pregnant at 15, you might need to go to therapy. Anyways, like, it's one thing if you want to, like, be a mom. Like, oh, my dream one day is to be a mom. Cool, but don't be a mom at 15. Your body's not even done growing. Chill out. Chill. Anyways, and your brain's not done growing either. It can do a lot to you. Besides the fact. Yeah, that's all. So yeah, no, I do have a very strange little life, and it's been hard for me to, like, try to just feel okay with all this. And then don't even get me started on the politics and shit going on. Like, every aspect of my life right now is making me feel insane. And I got a promotion at work. I've been working with my job for only 3 months, and they're already going to make me a manager. So I would be there for less than a year, already a manager. I will be a manager by March, probably, of 2026. It's the end of August 2025 right now. And I started in, like, May of this year. Like, very end of April, beginning of May, something like that. So, ooh, yeah, that's crazy to me. But honestly, I've been a manager before. I was a kitchen manager at my last job. I have a lot of experience in that. And honestly, I think moving forward, I want to, like, get a career in industrial organizational psychology. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's just like improving the workplace. So anything that has industrial, organizational, blah, blah, blah. The IO is like specified to workspace, like workplaces. But I'm not interested in being like an industrial organizational engineer. I'm not really interested in going into your business model and rearranging it, making it better, improving it. I don't really care about your business model, how much money you make, profits, stuff like that. I don't care about the business and marketing aspect. I care about the mental health and well-being of your employees, of your management team, of you as a CEO. Like, it starts from the top down, but you know, I just don't want people to be miserable at work. And especially as an American, America is a late stage capitalist society, and we live to work. We are nothing but a number to the government that makes money for them. Our labor, we will not get back. Like, we're fucked, okay? And with that being said, people literally kill themselves because of these things. You go to work You're fucking miserable. You clock out, you go home, you're fucking miserable because work made you fucking miserable. You go to bed, you wake up, you're fucking miserable because you're going to your fucking miserable work where you're fucking miserable. Come home and you're fucking miserable because you gotta wake up and do it again tomorrow. 5 to 6 times, 5 to 6 times a week. Like, it's bad. Sorry. Anyways, I don't know if that's gonna affect the video at all. My phone just did a low battery, but yeah, I would like to do everything in my power to make going to work not so mentally, draining. Like, I feel like we're all, like, experiencing, like, slight levels of, like, zoochosis or whatever the hell it's called because we're just doing the same things over and over and we weren't supposed to live life like this. So I want to improve your life at your job. And that starts with making sure that everybody's good with communicating with each other, how to communicate with each other, make sure that everybody's working on the same team, and making sure that the management knows how to work with each other and down, like, words to their employees, like, stuff like that. It's just a whole thing. But I think that's what I want to do. Like, I genuinely want to make people's lives better when they go to work and not be so stressed out and stuff like that. And so, yeah, that's where I'm gonna take my life with. And I want to get a master's in communications as well, just to have it. Just to have it. Not because I feel like I need it or it'll make me extra money. I don't care about the money. I just want to be able to be a better, psychologist person. So I had to completely cut off the recording and go do my laundry. But I'm back. I'm just gonna wrap it up, to be so honest, because I don't even remember what I was talking about. And also, someone's texting me right now, and I would like to keep on texting them because I think I want to see how that goes. Anyways, another day, another time. Yeah, just feeling real weird about the divorce and about how things are going with that, and it's not good. And I tried to maybe see if I could if I could move back in with my mom, because my current roommate is gonna get his own place after the lease is done. And that's probably gonna be in like February or March or something like that. Maybe even before. It might even be January. I have no idea. But I gotta start preparing for that because I need to see if I can even afford to live in this apartment by myself. Which I think I can, especially if I'm gonna be getting a bump up of pay. We'll see, but a little stressful. So, and unfortunately I can't even move back in with my mom. She's gonna have to sell the house. Like, my stepdad is demanding that she sells the house so that he can get his money from the house and go buy his own house. So I was like, okay, man, you do you, but you're fucking my mom over, and this is always how it goes. So everybody always thinks, oh, the women screw over the men. No, dude, it's definitely not like that. And it's really shitty too, because again, has absolutely claimed no accountability or responsibility for the things that he is doing and has done. And it sucks watching a 40-year-old man who raised you act like a juvenile delinquent, like a 19-year-old. So that's all I have to say about that, and I'll move on from that topic. But yeah, that's pretty much the only thing that's been on my mind for the last weekend. Besides, I had a good time with my mom and my sisters, don't get me wrong. It's not like the whole weekend was just me and my mom talking about that. It wasn't at all. It was maybe an hour conversation about it, tops. But it sucks. It really sucks. And, it is what it is. So, just gotta work with it. But yeah, I'm gonna respond to this person because I don't get to talk to them a whole lot. They are decently busy and stuff, so, but yeah. I'm gonna have to figure out how to splice these two videos together, but it's fine. I'll figure it out, I'll post it, but, Yeah. I'm honestly probably gonna do like 1 or 2 of these a week, maybe more. Who knows? But again, hope nobody's watching. Bye.